How does it taste?
I'm actually surprised it's a nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is.
Streaming 24/7.
24/7.
Bold Moves Radio.
Bold Moves Radio.
Afrika, nakupenda sana. Oh, Afrika, nakupenda sana.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Aventina Mabunda. This is yet another interesting show that we'll have. Every Tuesday evening we have an appointment. Even today we are talking to two beautiful ladies. They will tell us about what they do, and I cannot wait. And as you can see, I'm flying solo today because my co-host, my beautiful Dr. Hlami, is out there in the world. But as soon as possible, she will be joining us in no time. So without further ado, I would like our beautiful hosts, our beautiful guests to greet all of us and tell us in a nutshell who they are.
Are you going?
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. First of all, thank you so much for having us on the show. It's definitely an honor, and we're so happy to be here. So yeah, my name is Zanda Isaacs, and I am one of the co-founders of Ting Tang Tea. Thank you.
My name is Sibongile Isaacs. Zanda is my daughter, actually. I'm also a co-founder at Ting Tang Tea.
Yeah. So
Wow.
just about me in a nutshell. I am a social media and digital marketing specialist, kind of by profession, and my passion really is teas, health, beauty, and then fashion as well. Yeah, I think we'll get into the story of how Ting Tang started and why a little bit later. So that's the background I would give.
And from my side, Sibongile is a distinguished leader with over 30 years experience. And one would wonder in what? In IT and business projects across the automobile, manufacturing, telecommunications, and financial industries. So I led high complex transformation projects in local, regional, and global organizations with expertise and business in IT and business strategies. But now you're going to start asking, why is Sibongile in the tea industry, IT?
Exactly.
And all these things that are happening. At the end of 2022, I transitioned from the corporate sector to pursue entrepreneurial ventures, founding. I've got another business other than this, other than Ting Tang Tea, Seasonals of Guest House. And as I mentioned, the Ting Tang Tea as well, together with my daughter. I also serve as a managing director for both businesses. And I am also holding a position of trade and investment in tourism as a head for Commonwealth Africa in South Africa chapter. So basically, that's me in a nutshell.
Wow, such diverse interests. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, what is it that this pair cannot do? One is in the beauty industry, social media platform. The other one, the extreme end. But anyway, it's not so extreme because it's IT, and IT relates to all these industries. But now I believe personally that it's a calling to be in the food sector because it's not anyone who makes it out
Yeah.
alive.
exactly.
So now, what made you? I mean, we have plenty of industries that you could have chosen to diverse into. What pulled you into the food sector?
So basically, it goes back from where I grew up with my grandmother. We were living at the farm, and there were no medical doctors nearby. It was a natural thing that if we have a flu, if we have anything, a stomach ache, we just go to the garden and we get some roots over there or teas or something. There was a tea called umhlonyana. I know with the COVID thing, umhlonyana became a big thing. It's something that I grew up actually drinking because for any flu or anything that is paining on the body, it actually boosts the immune system. It's got so much other health benefits.
Mm,
So I, from there, I then did that to my kids as they were growing up. The only difference this time was that I was no longer in the farm. I would look around to the herbal shops where I would buy and remedy whatever needed to be remedied. So when
mhm,
I retired in 2022, it was one of the things that came in mind. Actually, my daughter had already started the business from where I'm coming from, and she's probably going to give you a little bit of briefing on how we got into it, from where it started, from my grandmother to me, and then it went to Zanda.
Yeah. So
mhm,
it's like you say, food industry is definitely a calling. It's not something you just jump into.
mm,
And like my mother has also said, this business, honestly, as much as it's 4 or 5 years old, it's actually generational. It's over 100 years old, actually. If you look
mhm,
into the recipes that we use, the methodologies, and I think just the passion and the care and the love that's
mhm,
been all for herbs. That's been passed down from generation to generation. So same, I that's exactly how I acquired my love for teas, for herbs. My mom was making them. She didn't make
mhm,
them taste great. And that was the only issue because I liked nice tasting things. So I think we used all the knowledge we have. I used mostly the knowledge my mom and my grandmother, our great grandmother have.
mm.
And yeah, took that and made it a business, and now we're here now.
Yeah, no, that's a very interesting story. I'm a firm believer of charity beginning at home. And this is a classic case of how something like an idea at the time, you mentioned Ngwenya. They
Mm.
didn't think. I always tell people around me, my grandmother, you go to her, you're coughing, she'll just pick a leaf from a tree and make you chew that. And you're
Mm.
right, Zanda, they were never nice. But they did the job.
They
They
were.
did the job. Yes, even now, you still, when someone coughs and does stuff, you like, there's this leaf, man, that Kokwani used to give us to chew, and it will take away all the aches and pains. But anyway, fast forward to now, 2024. You are now founders of Ting Tang Tea. Now, what does the company do? I know you've tried to explain a bit about the other interests that you have as a business, but more specifically with the Ting Tang Tea, what do you do and what are your products that you have currently?
Cool, yeah. So what we do is teas and tea-based products, and we stand for basically sip your way to a healthier you, or heal
Mhm,
yourself from the inside out.
mhm,
So that, I guess, those words you could speak to how we use herbs and like how we mix our teas. So
mhm,
we're not just any regular tea company that you can find, like, just your black tea or your rooibos. I mean,
mhm,
yes, we have that too, but I think what we're really about is creating teas, and not just teas, but tea products. So, for example, tonics made out of
mhm,
teas, um, that are going to cater to a specific health or wellness concern that anyone might be having. So, If you have issues with, for example, joint pains, we have a tea for that. If you have an issue with insomnia or anxiety, we have a tea for that. Weight loss, we have glowing skin, we have, yeah. So I think that's what we do, and yeah, what would make us a bit different.
Yeah, no, that's quite interesting. I love your glow and your calm teas, by the way.
Oh,
I love
thank you.
those. Yeah, me and my girls just, fought over those. By the time they got finished, actually, we need to place an order. But
Yeah.
anyway, Ting Tang, the name is very catchy. Ting Ten, and I like how you play with words, and one can see that this is a social media person. You like sip your way to a healthier you. I can just see that. I'm sipping and I'm getting transformed from the inside out. I like that. Now,
Yeah.
what inspired the name specifically, Ting Tang?
So the name actually, one, it's very catchy and we love that. It's a very memorable name. But also, I think when this business started, there was a lot of research that went into, I guess, the tea industry and tea in general. And the one thing we noticed was that for the types of teas we make, South Africa is a market, but the biggest market for these types of teas would be Asia. And they're also the biggest importers of tea. So we knew when we started that this product is not going to be a product that only hits South Africa. It's definitely going to go international as well. So we thought, what's a name that, number one, is catchy, but also number two, can resonate with different markets, yeah, and still feel authentic. So
Yeah.
that's how we came up with Ting Tang Tea. We had some family around and we gave them some suggestions, and this is the one that really stuck.
That's so interesting. You talk about eye catchiness, listening, nice to hear, nice to the ear, all these kind of things. And that is what I believe as SMM is we need to look at that. It doesn't serve me or my company to give a product that I have and call it mandla tea. Who is Mandla in the bigger scheme of things? People don't know who Mandla is. But if I call it healthy tonic or something, people know what health is and they know what a tonic does. So already you have won. So it's quite nice how you guys went for it, and it's clear, and you can see even with your logos that it's just Ting Tang Tea. So everyone knows what they're buying right from the beginning. So now, but I know it doesn't come easy, this thing of being an entrepreneur. Now, the objective of this show, like I explained, is to inspire a Black child somewhere sitting, could be in a rural area, could be sitting somewhere at home, not knowing what to do with their life, to get inspired, to get off on their feet and then make things happen for themselves. Umandoza must used to say, but we want to paint a realistic picture here. Tell us about your journey. How did it, not how it started, because you already took us through that. What were some of the challenges that you came across as you were trying to establish your vision?
Want to take it?
Yes, there has been some challenges, Mandla. And one of the challenges is the tea industry is very, being held by the big guys. We're finding ourselves having to struggle with funding. I think one of the challenges is to actually get into the industry. The industry is very expensive to get into because of if you starting to make tea bags, there is no machinery and you can't make a tea bag by hand. Unfortunately, it's not manual and it's not possible. So you will have to consume some bit of machinery for you to be able to get the business running. So it has been a challenge, but fortunately, we got funded with some of the companies. Zanda actually got money from Tolowana, which was a SAP competition that she got into, and she won, and she did, and she was lucky enough to be one of the beneficiaries there, and we managed to source the machinery. So the industry in the tea industry is still very, I would say, monopolized. I don't want to mention, almost mention a certain race.
That's how it is.
It is. Yeah, it's very still widely monopolized. And yeah, it has been one of the challenges. Even the one that we have, we can do half manual, and there is some automation.
Yeah, and just to expand, I'll give you an example of why we say the industry is a bit of a monopoly. One of the biggest challenges we experienced initially was that our teas before were only available as loose leaves, so we weren't packaging them into tea bags, precisely for the reason that my mother just mentioned. And our customers were asking for tea bags, so it started to really like weigh us down, because constantly we're being asked, why can't I have it in tea bags? Can you give me a tea bag option? And we knew something needed to change if we wanted to compete on a higher level. So, I mean, we managed to acquire machinery, which was great. But I think what we realized during the process of acquiring the machinery was that the companies that are packing teas into tea bags, they only look at MOQs of 300,000 tea bags or more. And for a small business, it's a very scary figure, because you're not selling that much per month. So to just put that much into 300,000 tea bags and not knowing when it's going to come back is very daunting. And also having the raw material to produce those tea bags as well. And then, of course, the finances. So we decided that once we acquire our machinery, we will at least try and take a step into this monopoly and help open it up for other businesses by allowing businesses to now pack their teas into tea bags with very low MOQs. So you can come to us and say, I have 100 tea bags. Please, can you pack them for me or for my business? And we have a full supply chain line that does that.
Now that's beautiful. We'll get into that right after we come from an ad break. So DJ Messi, can we go for an ad break, and we'll be back shortly.
Are you ready for the ultimate dietary powerhouse? Look no further than Masana Dietitian's Nutro Boost. Our scientifically formulated low GI food is designed to give you the boost you need to fuel your body and reach your health goals. With NutriBoost, you have the flexibility to enjoy it as a high-fiber cereal or a satisfying shake. Simply mix it with water and indulge in the mouth-watering flavors that we have to offer. But that's not all. NutriBoost is packed with essential nutrients that are beneficial for your overall well-being. Enriched with 20 immune-boosting vitamins and minerals, it's a convenient and effective way to support your immune system. And here's the best part. NutriBoost is gluten-free, egg-free, and high in omega-3, making it suitable for those with dietary restrictions or allergies. Need an energy boost? NutriBoost has you covered. It's high in energy and protein, providing you with the fuel you need to power through your day. Whether it's a busy morning or an intense workout session, say goodbye to midday slumps and hello to sustained energy with NutriBoost. Try it today and experience the difference. For orders or to become a distributor, contact us on the following details.
Welcome, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're still with me, Mandla Aventina Mabunda, and the show is called The African Experience, where we seek to inspire a Black child to, wake up to this world of opportunities. They say South Africa is alive with opportunities. So you have seen this past few months, we've been talking to very special, very bright, very, game changers in their own right, people who have dared to take the leap of faith, people who have started their own businesses, people who prioritize Black quality, and we are seeing that. So today we are talking to the founders of Ting Tang Tea. This is a mother and daughter combo, and we are getting inspired. So back to that thought of I call it diversifying, because your main role or purpose was to make tea for people to enjoy. But now, after doing your research and your homework, you realize, hang on, our people are closed off to this thing. I mean, there's a lot of people who could want to take whatever leaf, really, does not have to be tea, but they need it to be packed in the small, tiny little bags. And you thought, you know what, let's open up that side of the business. That for me is very brilliant. I always tell people you cannot survive with one source of income. And with businesses and being an entrepreneur, really you start seeing a difference within 18 months, not sooner than that, because people need 18 months to still, it's a psychological game to change. And when they see your product, they buy it once, they come back and become repeat customers until it's well ingrained in them that my tea is Ting Tang tea. So what brought that? Because not a lot of people, I find that someone will come and say, I make sauces. They just want to stick to making sauces and they don't want to look around. And that is what is causing a lot of frustration with a lot of our SMMEs. So what brought that thinking and open-mindedness?
I'll go first on this one. So for us, it's quite plain and simple. As we needed it for ourselves. We needed to pack our own teas into tea bags. And that's honestly how Ting Tang started. I remember I was looking for a body detox tea, because at the time they were trending in America, but they were not available locally. And to ship them in costed, it was ridiculous. I might have been paying 1,300 Rand about 5 years ago for a detox tea that I could have made for a very big fraction of the cost. So I sat with my mom and we developed the detox tea recipe and made a product and made a business. And that's exactly what happened with the tea bag packing machine as well. We knew we needed it. We acquired it. And then we sat and thought, how can we use this to also, one, extend our revenues, but two, also make life easier for other tea makers that are small businesses. So yeah, that's really it. We had the need for it and we made sure that we can fulfill it, one for ourselves first, but then secondly for others as well. I don't know if you want to add.
That was a brilliant move.
I think you've covered everything.
Okay, no, great. So now, again, going back to the food sector, we know full of red tape, full of compliance issues, regulations left, right, and center. How are you guys continuing to navigate that? More especially since you have now opened yourselves up to other people to come and do their products within your company. How are you managing that compliance and the red tape within the food sector?
So within the food sector, I think you've opened a lot of opportunities for us, Masana, in terms of the program that we are currently in with the food safety. That program is also opening up the doors. We've managed to also get COA through that program. So, which is one of the main. You've taught us about all these regulations, R638. I think I'm singing it every day to Zanda. that we need to comply. So yeah, in order for us, we still need to move further and do other compliance. I think that food and safety program that we are currently in is gonna make the company good. We have already started approaching people or other companies or in terms of getting the tea out of the country. And I mean, that COA, it came out handy in terms of opening the doors for us.
Yeah, and for example, today we had a meeting with one of our sales ladies, or potential sales ladies, sorry, and she was basically asking us what compliance certificates we had. And when we told her, she was like, well, you know, that's actually perfect. That even, number one, you could possibly get into retail with those, which is a big step for us. And then number two, also, like she was saying, a lot of people, when they're trying herbal products, especially banoksaba, like they're a bit scared because they're not sure, like if it's healthy, if it's gonna make them sick or make their tummy run. So when you just have that stamp of approval of this has been certified and this has been tested, it brings the consumer's mind to ease a lot. So I think it's definitely also alleviated some red tape in that way as well.
No, that's beautiful. You know, with food, like I always say, share of throat. Every single type of food that you eat is competing for your share of throat. And now you can see how small the throat is. So people are very fussy, especially now after COVID. People want to know what is it that they are eating. We are all chasing this health benefit wagon that is out there after COVID, more especially. So being compliant to Department of Health and the other regulations from your DTIs and your Department of Agriculture is very, very important in the food sector. Now, I see we spoke at length about the tea, but I see there's collagen there, collagen complete. I see bitter tonic. Please take us through the other products that you have in front of you.
Okay, bitter tonic is the mixture of plants and roots. It's about 11 plants and roots. And what we looked at, there's a lot of research that we did there. And what we realized is some of the organs that make us alive to be human beings, we sort of got through the research some herbs that can help us to cleanse those organs. So that's basically what happened with bitter tonic. Bitter tonic, it's targeting your liver detox. Your liver is like your project manager. If it's not working, no matter what medication you are taking, it's not going to serve you for that medication. So to cleanse it out, cleanse your liver, cleanse your lungs, cleanse your gallbladder, you already eliminated at least 70% of your disease because of what we eat. The food that we buy from the shops is no longer as healthier as it used to be, irrespective of it can be a vegetable. There's always these chemicals that they spray and whatnot. We are breathing the air. So a detox of your body, flushing out the system, it really helps. And we've mixed these herbs with ashwagandha. Ashwagandha, it brings up the calmness with you, memory, clockiness, and all those things that happen in your body. So that alone is a nutshell, on what the bitter tonic can do to your body. It's a very powerful herb. We've taken it through SABS, and they have tested for nutritional and shelf life, and it all came good.
Yeah.
Wow.
And also, just to add on the bitter tonic, we developed this one because it's our first kind of product that is not a tea, but it's still tea-based, uses all the herbs you put in tea. And the reason we developed it was because, again, the need arose. We really do listen to our customers, and there were a lot of people, particularly men, that don't really like tea. They don't like to drink tea. It's not something that they find enjoyable or pleasant. So they were looking for something that would give them those effects in just a quick, kind of like a shot format where you just take it and you run about your day. And yeah, so that's how it was developed. And then there's also like the standard teas. There's like your calm tea here, which we spoke about. That helps with anxiety. It helps with insomnia. There's this one, which is one of our newer ones, but doing extremely well. It's a mixture of our glow tea and our collagen, which is here. So it's yummy. It's very sweet. It's like a citrusy tea. And this one helps you with your skin. It also helps with like feminine hormones. So I think this one all round is just a great tea for females.
Wow, that's so beautiful. Katlehleg, you guys are really, really showcasing now to us that you really are about taking care of oneself from the inside out. So that statement that you said right from the beginning, Zanda, I think the products that I see in front of me are testament to that. With the beta tonic, how often does one take it?
We take it daily, and it depends if you're having issues within your body. Let's say you've got issues. We would advise you to take it twice a day. However, you can keep this. This is more like your vitamin, something that keeps you clean. There's nothing dirty about it. So you can have it every other day if there is not, just to maintain your wellness within your body. It's not going to cause any effect.
Yeah. No, wow, that's interesting. So I think on that note, DJ Messi, please let's show some of the products on the screen, and as we are showing them on the screen, then you'll take us through the product and what it does. And then after that, we'll round it up by telling our listeners where can they find this beautiful product. So DJ Messi, if you are ready, you can just start flighting the different pictures of the products that we found belong to Ting Tang Tea. But I think you do have a beautiful portfolio of products. I see now there's the first one. Okay, please take us through that.
Okay, so this is our immunity. It's within the range of our wellness teas, and this one is it speaks for itself. Immunity. It's an immune booster. It's perfect for flus and colds and alleviating phlegm as well.
Wow. I like your packaging, honestly. It's clean and we're always talking about clean packaging. It's clean and straight to the point. So if you are looking for a tea that seeks to boost your immune system, you don't need to dilly-dally and go all over the place. There it is, Ting Tang Tea, immune tea. I like it. If you're looking for a tea that will make your skin glow, there it is. So I see we have more products.
Yeah, the body, it's our first in the range. This is where it all started. It will help you with your metabolism. If you're having your tummy not working, it will help with that. It helps you to detox the whole system, the body on its own, the digestive system. It also, because it makes you run, not in a bad way, it's also a weight loss type of a remedy that you can use to get rid of those body fats that you no longer need. But of course, everything, it comes with how you eat. I mean, you're not going to have a body and then you have your papa, and then we expect that everything is just going to go. We need to eat healthy and maintain a healthy eating habit,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
No,
And then
beautiful.
the one next to it is the glow tea. So it's a variation of this tea that I showed you with the glow plus collagen, without the collagen. So it helps with your skin, it detoxifies your skin. If you find you're a person that no matter what skin product you're trying, you're going for facials, but you're still breaking out, your skin is still uneven, generally you need to detoxify your skin from the inside out first so that you don't always have these breakouts coming. And this is the one you're showing is the one that's gonna help you with that.
Okay, great. What would you say is your best seller?
I think of late, the Glow Collagen is really, it's a new product because we've
Yeah.
been doing the Glow Collagen is really taking, especially the young guys, by the storm. They all want to look good. Secondly, it's a bitter tonic because of its health benefits. It does help in alleviating, the chronic diseases as well because of the detox that happens within it. Remember that the body, when it carries a lot of toxins, we end up having all these diseases that we don't want. So the tonic really helps to alleviate all these things that we don't need in the body, and we end up suffering with the chronics.
And just to speak about bitter tonic a bit longer, this product is really, it's magic. It cures almost anything that you can imagine. We have a customer who is HIV positive and uses this this tonic, and it's extremely helpful for that customer. We have people with cysts, ovarian cysts, who no longer have cysts anymore. We have people who haven't gotten their period in months or years, and as soon as they start using this tonic, they do get their period. Yeah. So it's really one of those products where if you feel like you have something internal and like an organ that needs cleansing, get your kidney, your liver, your whatever, this is the product that's absolutely going to do that. And it works very efficiently and very fast.
No, that's beautiful. I'm now thinking.
Yeah, just to add on that, I've just had a testimony with one of our clients or customers. He went for testing, who's using this. He went for testing. He had a cholesterol, and when he went to the doctor and came back, cholesterol was no longer there. So, and we get a lot of those stories like that.
Yes, we always need to document these things. We document these things and have someone do like a small study. And then if we're able to also publish some of these findings, that will be great. Because I mean, as SMMEs, one thing we don't have is deep pockets to do, mainstream media, flushing the media with, our adverts and what. But these are tangible stories. And if we can record this, even record like a client talking about the bitter tonic and how it assisted them, that will sell even more bottles than just a flyer talking about that. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, the show, it's still the African experience. You can see today we're talking health and wellness. We are very calm. We are glowing from the inside out, and it's all good. On that note, we're going to go for another short break. And then when we come back, we are talking about the dynamics of working with your parents and the dynamics of working with your daughter in a business setup. So DJ Messi, let's go for an ad break and we'll be back shortly. Welcome back, welcome back. My name is Mandla Aventina Mabunda, and the show is still the African Experience. We are fortunate today. We are hosting a dynamic duo, mother and daughter duo, who decided, you know what? We want to impact the people around us by bringing them healthy products. Tea, we all drink tea, and they said, but our tea is going to make you healthy from the inside out. So we are talking to the founders of Ting Tang Tea, Sibongile Isaacs and her daughter Zanda Isaacs. Before we went on the ad break, there was a picture that DJ Messi showed us here. It was the both of you sitting around the table. Seems to me like maybe it's a stretch session or some discussion of some sort. Tell us, it's not easy working with family. I've been there, done that. I quickly went out. Tell me, how do you guys make it work? Because the synergy that we see, it's beautiful, and you can see that you feed off each other. Now, take us through that. How does it work? How do you work with your mother, Zanda? And how do you work with your daughter?
So I hear you saying it's difficult, which is funny to me because for me, it's been the easiest thing, really. She wasn't always fully a part of the business when she was still working full time, but as soon as she retired, she transitioned full time into the business, and there's been so much growth since then. So I think it's easy. It's really easy working with my mother. There's a great deal of support, and I feel like I always know that, we both have each other's best interest at heart. So you're never working like looking over your shoulder and, all of that. And I think we also have well, yeah, I think I'm better at it, but I think we have a good way of splitting work and home life. So I, we do not let the work life affect our personal relationship, which can seem difficult, but I think if there's always this mutual respect for each other and like a willingness to want to do this, we both have such a passion to make this happen that I think that passion also drives us to do better. And yeah, for me, it's actually probably the easiest business partner I could have.
Wow. Mama, how do you work with your daughter?
Oh, Zanda. Zanda is I've got 3 daughters. She's the youngest. And she's always been a baby to me. When I joined the company, I quickly learned that Zanda is not a baby in the business. So I had to make sure that I respect her as much as she respects me. I think the respect of each other, it's what's carrying us, the trust. If I'm not there, she is there. And also we mother and daughter, but we're also very different. She's very more on the creative side. So she takes that part. So that segregation of job descriptions or responsibilities, it really works well for us. I'm more of an operational person, just creating this and making sure that the business is running on a daily basis. She's not a person who's going to sit in the business. She's just going to be there, walking around, finding the partners, doing PR for the business, creating beautiful designs, which is something that I cannot do. So that it works to our advantage.
Wow. So what advice would you give uh, uh, people out there who are struggling to work with their family members, be it now you can't discipline your child, they come late at work, or whatever the case might be? What would be your advice? Because it seems like a Ting Tang tea. That is not an issue.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we never fight or never have disagreements. We do, but it's never anything big and never anything we can't solve. My advice would be having space between work and home, like I mentioned. So I think if you are in each other's faces every single day, all the time, that's when the problem starts to like manifest more. So I think as you would when you have a corporate job, you clock in, you come to work, and you go home afterwards. And it's a bit different when you're both founders, because you're gonna have to do the after hours calls and chat and stuff. But that also makes it easier when you're mother and daughter, because I don't feel like it's a chore. I don't feel like, my boss is calling me on a Saturday. Or like
Yeah.
it's just, I feel like it's just my mom. And in between, we're gonna mix in our own casual chats. And yeah, I think it's having that space, but also having the discipline to understand that this is still a business that needs to
Yeah.
operate, that pay people. Yeah, and that needs to make money.
Yeah.
So those would be my
I like that. I like that. The discipline part, I think it's what a lot of people are lacking. Eh? So we'll come for classes there by Ting Tang Tea. Anyway, one of the challenges that most SMMEs face, it's marketing. Marketing, you have all this idea, you have a beautiful product, you've invested it, tested by SABS, approved, you have all the compliance in place. Now, how do you make sure that people know about your product? Now, when it comes to Ting Tang Tea, I must say your branding is top notch. Everything
Thank
that
you.
branding should be in 2024, you guys have nailed it. It's very clean, the writing is clear, you know the benefit, you know what you're buying. And I like that little touch of proudly South African that I saw when you turned the picture. Now, how important do you believe branding is? And why is it important for you guys in particular to maintain that top-notch type of branding?
Sure. I'll take this one because I'm definitely the one who is on the branding side. Branding is vital. I think we live in a world where, for example, even now, a lot of interactions happen online before they can even happen in person. So the way anyone is going to judge not just our products, but our business is based on how we showcase ourselves online as well, because that's generally their first point of contact with us. And it's so important also in a world where we're working with like international people as well, and having international people interact with our products. They don't get to sit in a room with us like we are now and understand our story and touch the packaging and read it and feel it. They see what they see on websites or Instagram or Takealot, and they've made up their mind on if it's a quality product or not. So that, I think, for me was one of the most important reasons why branding is so essential, especially in this new world, because it's basically the cover of your book that people are judging on. And if you look clean and you look concise, it's very easy to get your foot in the door. We as a small When we just started, we were talking about this earlier, we were about 3 months old, and we got approached by Wellness Warehouse to stock our products in their shop, purely based off of the aesthetic and how it looks and how we ourselves. We didn't have a market yet. We had barely a customer base. But because it was positioned in a way where it looked like we cared, people cared as well.
No, I mean, if I always say, people buy what they see. We buy with our eyes, basically. So
Yeah.
I like that it's top notch. I mean, you can walk in any store and expect to find the three products that I see in front of me. So no, big ups to that. And on that note, who is your target market and where do we find you?
So if I can come in there, our target market, I would say it depends per product. We've got a variety of products and we've just launched new products which are more of competitive in terms of prices with the other ones that are on the shelves. So basically with the glow and collagen, I mean, that's a young product for a person like Zanda. People likes to good. And yeah, they go to the gym and. But with the bitter tonic, it's another face, or it's another case. Zanda doesn't want to taste ugly thing, but you find the men there, they love bitter tonic. The girls there, they love bitter tonic because it helps them. They're not looking at what is nice. They're just looking at what works in your body. And I'm not saying collagen is not working, but it's more of it's targeting, as I explained earlier, it's targeting your kidneys, your liver detox, and all of that. And the older people, already those things, they are getting worn out because of age. They've been working. Get them cleaned up, it becomes a new cocoa.
Yeah.
So I would say, in short, it depends on the product and the ranges of product that we have. We're selling moringa, the cocos like it. People with arthritis love moringa and all of that. So yeah, Mandla, I wouldn't say, I would say we're looking at all aspects of the target market, but it depends on the product that is out there on the shelf.
And I think it was intentional as well, because initially we had started with just your body detox and your glow skin tea, and it became very apparent that there was a huge market that we were alienating completely. And a lot of people would come to our store and shop glow tea or whatever, but then they'd be like, what if I want strawberry tea? What if I want rooibos? What if I want moringa? Why aren't you catering to that?
Yeah.
And so that's how we really started to expand our products. And when we do expand, we do think about those things like bitter tonic. Who is this person for? Who is it gonna reach? And it doesn't make sense. Like, do we have a competing product? Because we also don't want our products to compete with each other. So it's definitely all intentional.
Yeah. Oh, great. No, it seems to me you take care of all phases of a human being, especially from teenagehood right until, so it seems like someone can come and find a home in terms of supplements and moving away from using pills and all kinds of stuff. Use something that is food and something that you can relate to in trying to make yourself much more healthier, which is quite interesting. So where do we buy? People are listening. I'm receiving WhatsApp messages. Where do people buy if they want to buy your products?
So you can shop our products if you're in South Africa at the moment. They're available online on our website. We deliver across the country. We do also have a store in Honeydew, a physical store that could be visited. I think we can drop details if anyone does want that physical store's address. We're opening up another one in Omonde in the south of Johannesburg. And then we are launching on Takealot this week, actually. So if you're ever shopping on Takealot, you can shop our teas there as well.
Wow. And your social media handles?
We are Ting Tang Tea everywhere. So Instagram, Ting Tang Tea, and Facebook, Ting Tang Tea, TikTok, Ting Tang Tea as well, and even LinkedIn, Ting Tang Tea.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to the founders of Ting Tang Tea. What a beautiful session. And what did I tell you about time? It's exactly now 18:55.
Wow.
And I still have a few questions that I did not even get the time to touch. But in any case, tell me, sometimes as entrepreneurs, we hardly ever give ourselves a pat on the back. Now, what are some of the achievements that you've had? We spoke of challenges and hurdles, but surely there must be some achievements in there. Hence, you're still going strong 5, 6 years later. What would you highlight as some of those achievements?
Okay, one of the highlights is the fact that we got into SAP Foundation, Loana, which has helped us in our growth to where we are. We also, another highlight is to get a COA that we've recently, that is really a good one, a good one. The program that we are in, I think it's a highlight, Mandla, this food and safety program. It's putting us a step ahead of any other SMEs. We also, we are in the ESD with Old Mutual Insure, where they are helping us to make sure that we put a strong foundation into the business in all aspects, your marketing, your HR, or production. They're just making sure that we cover all those aspects of the business.
I think for me, it would be one is growing our product range. For me, it's a big achievement. We started with one and we are now moving towards 20. Also, the establishment of a team. It's really nice to have, people that assist us and can work with us, and it does feel like we can give back to our local kind of economy. Jobs are scarce, so knowing that privilege to actually, be able to give that, contribute to that issue is really big.
Wow, no, that's beautiful. That's actually very beautiful. That's the thing.
The last one is the exports.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we that was right from the beginning when the business started with the name Ting Tang Tea. Focusing, we knew that South Africa, we will get the market, but we won't dominate. But now we are at the point where we are starting to export as we wanted from the beginning. And it's one of the biggest highlights.
Yes.
No, wow.
That is beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. Ting Tang Tea. These are people who are, they're clued up. They know what they're doing. They comply with the regulations. They do quality stuff. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, on the screen, I mean, you can walk into any premium store and buy those things with confidence. So let's go out there and support them. The name is simple and very catching, and you can remember it any day. Ting Tang Tea on all social media platforms. Let's go out there and let's go and support another Black excellent company, and let's grow so that we can impact the communities that we live in. On that note, before we go, what would be your 3-year plan? I don't like 5 years, so I always cut it down to 3 years. For me, 5 years is too long. So what is your 3-year plan as we are sitting here today?
So definitely one of them is expansion. We want to expand into more products. And like we keep mentioning, these are not just teas, it's tea-based products. So one of the kind of like bigger dreams is to expand into ready-to-drink beverages. So a ready-to-drink collagen iced tea, for example, that could be put in the refrigerators and retail stores. We want to venture into tea-based skincare as well, and beauty products. So like your chamomile face washes or a green tea mask. Yeah, I don't know if you have anything more to add.
Yeah, and export more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah. No, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. And you are going to get that and more. Whatever you say with your mouth, it's carrying you and it's coming towards you. So you know what? Stay blessed in your business. You're doing beautiful work, and we're very fortunate to host you. today on our African Experience show. We will have the link and we will share with you, and we will share with all our networks so that people can know about the beauty that is Ting Tang tea. So on a last one, before we let you go, we always have what we call parting shots. This is the time where if you feel you have maybe forgotten something, or if you feel there's something that you feel strongly about that you want to share with Africa, South Africa, and the world, this is the time to have your parting shot before we call it a day.
I'll go first. My parting message is collaboration is key as Africans. I think
Yeah.
a lot of the opportunities we've gotten and the place we are at now is as a result of collaboration, and not always looking for, the top people and the really premium people and this, but like collaborating with people who are just like us, small businesses that are also still figuring it out. People are really willing to help, and I think the power in collaboration is massive. So guys, please buy local products, collaborate with local businesses. Yeah, that's my message. We can really change this together.
Yeah.
From me is it will go back to your body, because that's a very, I'm passionate about it. Our bodies, they've got a way of self-healing. We can self-heal. We just need to eat right. We eat in moderation. We don't overeat that and leave that. We gym. We stay in the sun. And you sip a cup of Ting Tang tea.
Yes. Oh, wow. That's a beautiful one. Sip your way to health. I love
Yeah.
that. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we had for tonight's show. It has been a very beautiful, easy flowing show. And we were talking beautiful products with beautiful ladies who are working as a mother and daughter duo, making a world of difference in the world of tea. We're talking Ting Tang tea. So on that note, I would like to thank our executive producer, DJ Mercy. You always come and show us, that you are for real, and Bold Moves Radio for always giving us the platform to showcase what Africa can do and how we can change the narrative of what Black Africa can do. So on that note, stay blessed and keep well until next week. Thank you.
Thank you for having
you.
us. Thank you.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is.
Streaming 24/7.
24/7.
Bold Moves Radio.
Bold Moves